Hello everybody. Now we will discuss about the finite element modeling of the metal transfer in specific to the welding process. So, actually this metal transfer mechanism and the modeling of this thing is it is a very complex thing. So, therefore, most of the cases we normally follow the modeling approach for the metal transfer in associated with the arc welding process. It is a different zone wise. That means, for example, we can divide in this way also. For example, that first there is a metal transfer from the consumable electrode. So, how droplet can be created, this is the one part. Then second, the transport of the droplet from electrode to the workpiece material. So, during that, and there is interaction of the shielding gas also at the same time. So, therefore, this is metal, all the molten metal is surrounded by the shielding gas. So, that under this particular medium, the transport of the droplet happens from electrode to the workpiece material. Now, if we focus on the workpiece material, so there maybe is, you can consider it like that. Within this workpiece, this material droplet is attached to the workpiece. So, there is a addition of the mass to the domain, and at the same time it can produce some kind of the free surface profile. So, in this case the free surface profile is very important to model as compared to the normal arc welding processes where there is such kind of the metal transfer is involved. So, in that aspect this modeling approach is little bit complex in using consumable electrode and in case of the arc welding process. So, therefore, first we will try to look into this fundamentals of metal transfer in welding processes, the overall view on this thing, what are the different forces are important or what way the metal transfer mechanism we can explain, that we will try to look first. Then next part, FE based modeling approaches we will be doing, because in these cases the approaches is more important, because if we look into each and element of the different domain of the analysis or maybe what we can develop the model, there you need to solve to understand that what are the different medium is active, and then how we can develop the model, because finally we will be looking into the heat transfer analysis or maybe material flow analysis that we have already done, and it is a very elemental way. We have already know that what are the different equations is normally used in case of the heat transfer model, and what are the different equations has to be solved in case of the material flow model. At the same time, what we can do some kind of the free surface modeling that we have already explained in a certain point of time. So, therefore, we will simply look into what are the approaches maybe we can follow for the modeling of the metal transfer in the arc welding process. So, metal transfer in arc welding process, we know this is the typical gas metal arc welding process is involved. Then shielded metal arc welding process, we can normally use the consumable electrode and submerged arc welding process. So, there also metal transfer happens from the electrode, consumable electrode, but the processes are different in these three cases, but in general all this kind of the welding process normally associated with some sort of the metal transfer or material deposition during this process. So, why you are analyzing this metal transfer in welding process, because it is very important. If we want to develop some kind of the wire arc additive manufacturing process, then we need to understand what are the different types of the mechanism, metal transfer mechanism associated with the arc welding process. So, GMAW, SMAW and SAW definitely they are associated with metal transfer using the consumable electrode, but at the same time GTAW, that means that is called the gas tungsten arc welding process. Although gas tungsten arc welding process is the actual process, the metal transfer thing is not intricate part of this particular system, but if necessary sometimes we can use some external wire, and that wire can be deposited in the desired position. So, but this metal deposition is not the actual part of the welding process like gas metal arc welding process, because gas metal arc welding process has been developed in such a way that it itself the intricate part of the system, the metal transfer in this case. Then therefore, the mechanism of the metal transfer may be different in this case GMAW process as compared to the GTAW process. Even if it is also possible if we use some kind of the laser source also, and the similar way metal deposition can be done also by feeding the external material, but at the same thing I repeated the same thing, that it is not integral, metal transfer is the integral part of the system. So, therefore, So, GMAW gas metal arc welding process in wire arc additive manufacturing process, there also we start with this thing, the metal transfer mechanism from the gas metal arc welding process, or other way we can see looking into the metal transfer in gas metal arc welding process. This is possible to develop some sort of the low cost metal printer using the gas metal arc welding process. So, that but anyway the additive manufacturing or metal printing it depends intuitively on this metal transfer associated with this particular welding process. So, therefore, there is a clear understanding of the metal transfer is required. Now, metal transfer, there are several modes of the metal transfer. Now, we focus on the gas metal arc welding process. So, or any advanced welding processes which is more involved for the metal transfer and maybe which is beneficial to develop some kind of metal printer technology also. They are looking in by analysis of the metal transfer mechanism associated with this particular welding processes. So, in case of gas metal arc welding process, there are different modes of the metal transfer associated with the gas metal arc welding process. But apart from this thing, mode of the metal transfer, the normally this application of the current in gas metal arc welding process can be done either in the continuous mode or in the pulse mode. So, that kind of option is always there. So, therefore, there may be even in pulse when there is we use some kind of the pulse current or maybe pulse welding mode, then the metal transfer mechanism can be different as compared to the continuous mode of current we are using in case of the gas metal arc welding process. That will discuss what are the different modes of the metal transfer associated with the gas metal arc welding process. Apart from this thing, there is a development also, we can say the advancement of the gas metal arc welding process, that is called the CMT process. CMT is the cold metal transfer process. So, here CMT process is very much relevant for the development of the additive manufacturing technology, because in CMT it is more controlled way the metal transfers can happen. So, that is why we can say that the CMT is the advanced level of the gas metal arc welding process. So, that we will discuss later on also. So, cold metal transfer, but why we are talking about the we are using this particular word the cold, because it is not exactly cold, but the metal transfer happens at the relatively lower temperature as compared to the gas metal arc welding process. So, in that sense we can consider this as a cold metal transfer mechanism. So, it is in lower temperature than the regular GMAW process. So, everything happen, all the metal transfer mechanism is normally happen at the relatively low temperature as compared to the gas metal arc welding process. Now, mode of the metal transfer in gas metal arc welding process, it is basically we understand the transfer of the molten metal from the consumable electrode to the oil pool. In that is called there are different modes are available for the transport of the molten droplet from electrode to the oil pool. But the primary variable or primary process variable depends on this metal transfer, it is basically the current, voltage and arc gap. So, we know that current and voltage, we know this thing, but arc gap also important, that arc gap maintained between the consumable electrode or non-consumable electrode and the workpiece. So, that gap is very important. And what are the requirement of the current and voltage for a particular process, these are the main variable or main process parameter associated with the any kind of the welding process. But apart from this thing, secondary factors are also there, because shielding gas also having very much influence on the metal transfer, the metal transfer mechanism also. And then sometimes the composition of the shielding gas, in the sense that two different kind of the shielding gas can be mixed with the different ratio, and they having some impact on the metal transfer also as well. Apart from this thing, composition of the electrode also is the secondary factors, what kind of the electrode we are using or material of the electrode and what is the size of the electrode, all kind of the we can consider this as a secondary parameters apart from the arc, that is current, voltage and the arc gap. So, these secondary factors is much influence on the metal transfer associated with the gas metal arc welding process. Normally, there are three types of the metal transfer from the consumable electrode to the normally happens from the consumable electrode. One is the short circuit transfer. So, short circuit metal transfer is the one mode, then other are the globular kind of the transfer, that means, and third one is the spray kind of the metal transfer. So, short circuit means during the, if there is a short circuit happens, then molten metal transfer to the workpiece material. So, in that cases definitely there are some certain criteria such that it can follow the short circuit kind of the metal transfer. Similarly, globular kind of the metal transfer, there are some criteria for the primary variable and the secondary variable always be there, that actually promote to transfer the molten droplet in the form of a globular very big shape as compared to the electrode diameter. This is called the globular transfer of the molten droplet to the workpiece. And third one is the spray kind of the transfer. So, in these cases the water, the spray small droplet can be transferred to the workpiece material, but each needs to achieve certain welding condition. So, if in that particular condition the spray kind of the metal transfer may happen during the welding process. So, we will see one by one. First is the globular transfer. In this case the condition is the welding current is relatively low, but as compared to the more than that of the short circuit transfer. So, if the welding current is relatively low, but at the same time it is more than that of the short circuit transfer, and the gap is very large. So, arc gap is very large. So, the distance between the workpiece material and the electrode at the end of the electrode, if that gap is very much, then this primarily promotes to form the globular kind of the metal transfer during this process, because there is a gap. If the gap is maintained, bigger gap between the end of the electrode and this the workpiece material, because this molten metal droplet normally forms at the end of the electrode. So, if that gap is much more, so there is a sufficient, it can grow, the droplet can grow relatively slowly and can make a bigger size. And then after that, mostly the when it is a bigger size and then the gravitational force is much more, but the this thing in these cases, then this droplet can be detached from the electrode and transferred to the molten pool. So, the condition is that droplet continues to grow until gravitational force exceeds the surface tension force. So, there are different kind of the forces is normally acting at the interface. So, such that we can explain the metal transfer phenomena. For example, surface tension force is acting this thing. We know if there is a different medium is there. So, definitely the surface tension force is very important. We can say surface tension force between the solid and the liquid medium. So, when the liquid droplet is creating at the interface, the solid electrode and the liquid droplet at the interface, some kind of the surface tension force will be acting. So, this surface tension force definitely it influence the droplet transfer. And second thing is the gravitational force of the droplet. So, that means if it is bigger in size, the gravitational force will be much more on this particular droplet. And other is the pinch effect also, that is electromagnetic field is also acting in arc welding process. Definitely there is a current flow. So, electromagnetic field will be active there. So, that electromagnetic field is one of the driving force to that influence of the droplet detached from the electrode. So, therefore, all this the complex effect of all these different kind of the driving forces, they influence finally to detach the droplet from the electrode. So, we will see that how all this kind of forces is acting during the metal transfer. Now, definitely when we are allowing to grow the droplet slowly and at the same time there is a gap between these two relatively bigger. So, therefore, there is a space to grow subsequently with this and such that until and unless it is increasing the gravitational force, but when the gravitational force exceeds the surface tension force, then detachment of the droplet happens from the electrode and that it is transferred to this thing. This is the basic things associated with the globular kind of the metal transfer. So, as soon as the drop attains very large size, enough size, the gravitational force becomes more than that of the drop holding force. So, drop holding force maybe in this case it can be the surface tension force or it can be the some other forces, because other forces is also acting due to the magnetic field. Mainly these three forces acting, the surface tension force and forces due to the magnetic field and gravitational force. So, therefore, if we assume that there is some drop holding force and then effectively drop holding force, the combined effect of the other driving forces is this less than that of the gravitational force, then the droplet will transfer. Now, once the drop separates from the electrode tip and is transferred to the weld pool, once this drop holding when the gravitational force more than that of the drop holding forces. Now, the droplet transfer occurs when it attains large size larger than that of the electrode diameter. Normally, this gravitational force will be more active because in these cases the size should be relatively bigger in this case. So, relatively bigger in the sense that normally the thumb rule is that the relatively bigger means it should be more than that of the electrode diameter, then droplet will transfer by the gravitational, the more effective gravitational force will be more in this particular case as compared to the other drop holding forces. So, this is the typical phenomena associated to the globular kind of the metal transfer. Now, modes of metal transfer is the spray kind of the metal transfer is normally happens. We can see from the figure also the electrode is there, but the small droplet can be created from the end of the electrode, and then it can be transferred to this thing, not as a single drop transferred to the single bigger drop transferred to the workpiece material, rather the small droplet can be created, and this continuously there is maybe the it is transported to the whirlpool or the workpiece material. But what are the typical conditions that actually prevails such that this spray kind of the metal transfer will happen. So, in this case welding current density is higher than the globular transfer. So, welding current density is much more than that of the globular kind of the transfer. So, current density and current is different thing. Current density depends on the that basically the density means per in this cases we can say that per unit area the concentration of current is very high as compared to the where there existence of the globular kind of the metal transfer. So, definitely current density is much more, then we can expect that the kind of metal transfer in the form of a spray kind of the metal transfer. So, welding current density, high current density results in the melting rate becomes very high. So, very high current density means the quickly melt this material, and the getter pinch force. So, getter pinch force creating the lots of droplet in this cases. So, droplets are actually forms very rapidly because of the very high current density, and at the same time it pinch up very quickly. So, by high pinch force. So, pinch force becomes very high. So, basically when current density becomes very high, so current density becomes very high. So, it indirectly affects the magnetic field. So, magnetic field basically with the increasing current density the magnetic field will be affected, and that actually enhance the pinch force such that small droplets can be created more frequently in this case. So, droplets are of very small size. So, in these cases there is not large time is allowed to grow subsequently the large pool, rather when this small droplet can be created because of the high pinching force and the presence of the high current density, small droplets can be created very rapidly, and then it will be transferred to the workpiece material. Now, we can explain like this thing: high welding current, at the same time high welding current increases the temperature. So, when there is a increment of the temperature, at the same time it actually lowers the surface tension force. So, when it lowers down the surface tension force, then it becomes more easier to detach the droplet from the electrode material. So, it other way also high current density enhance the increment of the temperature, and high temperature lowers down the surface tension force, and when the lowers down the surface tension force, basically the holding force is basically reduces in this case. So, there is a easily creating of the droplet to transport, but all this happens very quickly such that it may not get the sufficient time to grow in bigger droplet. So, therefore, decreases the resistance to detachment. This is all this kind of the situation in this means that high current density, very high temperature, lower the surface tension force, and very rapid pinch force, basically increment of the pinch force, or actually create the situation that small droplet can be created very frequently as compared to the one single bigger drop. So, these are the typical condition of the spray kind of the metal transfer normally we observe in case of the associated with the gas metal arc welding process. Now, we look into the short circuit of the another type of the metal transfer, the short circuit metal transfer. So, short circuit means we simply understand this thing is the gap is almost 0, and then electrode is directly contact to the workpiece material. Then this kind of situation can create is a short circuit mode, but how the in short circuit mode the metal droplet or metal transfer happens in welding process, that we have to understand that how there is a variation of the welding current during this particular mode of the metal transfer. So, it normally happens the low welding current such that droplet grows slowly. Now, when the droplet grows slowly and when droplet touches the whirlpool, so then droplet grow slowly, and that at the same time maybe in this case the gap can be very low at the initially, such that this creation of the droplet is normally touches to the workpiece. So, it is not like that before touching to the workpiece it is detached from this electrode metal, not, it does not happen in that way. Rather at the electrode tip the droplet forms, then droplet it touch, when the droplet touch to the workpiece, then short circuit mode created. So, one short circuit takes place, then the gap is, since the gap is narrow as compared to the other mode of the metal transfer, specifically I am talking about the with respect to the globular kind of the mode of the metal transfer. So, when R gap is very narrow, then it touch the molten droplet touch the workpiece material, then the short circuit created, and then molten droplet does not attain a very big size and to fall under the gravitational force. Definitely it is not following the mode of the metal transfer what we can observe in case of the globular kind of this thing. So, gravitational force may be less in these cases because droplet size may not very big in that sense. So, therefore, once the short circuit happens, then after the short circuit the welding current flow increases abruptly. So, once the short circuit is connected this thing, then in that cases the current passage of the current during the short circuit period is basically it becomes very high, because at that time the voltage drop can be very low. So, after short circuit welding current flow increases abruptly, and when there is a current flow increases very high, then excessive heat generation will always be there. So, when excessive heat generation will be there, then it creates the, it try to create the more molten droplet, and or other way the excessive heat generation, because of the high passage of the current, it extremely lowers down the surface tension force. So, once it is lowers down the surface tension force, or other we can say the drop holding forces, then low surface tension force basically promote to the detachment of the droplet from the workpiece material. Then once the detachment of the droplet happens, then the droplet transfer to the workpiece material, then there is a creation of the gap. So, that some values of the R gap is there. So, once there is a R gap, and we can see with respect to the R gap there is a flow of the this thing, once the short circuit happens, then again it creates the arc. So, once they create the arc, then again melt the electrode material, droplet created, and then gap is very low, and then this again this molten metal touch to the workpiece, and the repetition of the similar phenomena happens. So, these are the typical behavior of the in short circuit kind of the metal transfer. But remember, when the short circuit happens, then voltage drop becomes very low, but once the droplet transfer to the workpiece material and there is a gap, and within this gap there is a creation of the arc. So, in that cases when there is a creation of the arc, then definitely there is increment of the voltage drop. The potential difference is required to sustain the arc gap or to sustain the arc in this case. So, an arc gap, when the arc gap is established, then the increase in the voltage abruptly. So, there is a high increment of the voltage is there, because we know the voltage drop or maybe the potential difference is very much sensitive to the arc gap in case of the welding process. But what we can explain these things, maybe current, nature of the current with respect to time, we can see this is the current axis and this is the time axis. So, here you can see that short current is initially the current is low, once the short circuit, that means touch, once the short circuit created, that means the molten droplet touch to the workpiece, there is a increment of the current. Now, once the increment of the current, then detachment of the droplet from the electrode, then there is a decrement of the current, and then decrement of the current lower down, but there is a arc gap is maintained. So, arc is maintained for a particular over this time, there is a arc gap is maintained. So, once the arc gap is maintained, the current actually decreases, but there is a potential difference, the voltage actually increases abruptly. Now, one establish these things, now at this when it reach to this point, and this correspond to this point. So, once this reach particular point, then again the molten, in between the molten droplet created and its then droplet touch to the workpiece material, then similar phenomena happens. So, basically this arc short circuiting, this first creation of the arc, then short circuiting, and then pinching of the molten droplet. These are the basic steps associated with the short circuit method of the metal transfer. So, finally reignites arc and the flow of the recent start. So, this phenomenon actually repeated over the cycle. So, this way we can explain the short circuit kind of metal transfer. Now, much more about the short circuit metal transfer, we can say that short circuit in gas metal arc welding process is actually characterized by the regular contact of the liquid metal droplet attached to the workpiece tip to the weld pool. So, there is a liquid metal droplet that actually attached to the electrode. That is the point where the short circuit actually created, when there is attachment of the liquid droplet to the workpiece material. Now, an alternation of the arc and the short circuit period. So, basically if you see, there is a creation of the arc and the short circuit period. We can see that this is the short circuit period and this is the creation of the arc. So, this alternatively there happens this thing, what is the short circuit time, short circuit period, and over the there is a arc gap or there is a maintained creation of the arc. So, this particular time is normally maintained during the, is normally associated with the mode metal transfer, or we can say the short circuit mode of the metal transfer in case of the gas metal arc welding process. Now, a new arc period initiates when the liquid contact between the pool and the electrode is broken. So, definitely the arc is maintained once the this droplet is transferred, or maybe there is a breakage of the short circuit. It means that liquid metal transfer to the workpiece. So, it is something like that, maybe suppose this is the workpiece material and the electrode is there and there is a creation of the droplet. So, one it is touching this droplet and then there is a short circuit happens. So, then short circuit happens, then the detachment of the molten droplet to the workpiece. So, there is a gap. So, in that second time, so then there is a, this is the, suppose this is the workpiece, so molten metal transfer. So, there is a gap between this oil pool and the electrode. So, that gap is at the, when there is a creation of the gap and there is a at the same time there is a creation of the arc will happen between these two. So, this is the way. So, but the frequency which the electrode touches the melting pool varies in a particular range of 20 to 200 times per second. In that frequency the metal transfer normally happens in case of the short circuit mode of metal transfer. So, in this case molten metal tends to be transferred to the molten pool mainly by the forces of the magnetic origin, that means detachment of the this thing mainly magnetic origin, the pinch force enhances and surface tension force actually decreases, and these two mechanism is responsible for the detachment of the droplet from the electrode. So, this way the short circuit metal transfer is normally work in case of the gas metal arc welding process. Now, there is another kind of the mode of the metal transfer, that is called the pulse spray transfer. So, pulse spray transfer is normally associated with this thing. Suppose in gas metal arc welding process, if we use the pulse mode of the current, in that cases we can observe the pulse spray transfer. But how it happens? In this case the power supply is designed between the high spray transfer current and the low background current. We know that pulse characterize the I think pulse current can be something like that, this is the current and this is the time. So, it is not that the during the, so that means some kind of the base current is there always, and design the peak current is also there, and there is a duration of the pulse. So, this is called the duration of the pulse. So, duration of the pulse, some base current, some peak currents, this is the typically characterize the pulse parameter in case of the pulse mode of the arc welding process. So, now, so is background, low background current is very important in these cases. The high spray transfer normally happens, and it's in these cases the spray transfer basically high spray transfer current and the low background current is normally designed. So, allow the supercooling of the oil pool during the background cycle. So, when there is a low background current at that period is basically during the pulse off period, we can say that maybe, or at the low background current, this thing that is actually helps to supercooling of the oil material. Now, therefore, each cycle one droplet transfer from the electrode to the oil pool. So, from each cycle during the, depending upon the very high peak current, if we observe, if we consider during the over a duration, particular duration, that actually helps to the droplet creation of the one droplet transfer from the electrode to the oil meter in particular cycle. So, accordingly the pulse is designed in such a way. Now, this kind of metal transfer is basically the suitable for the weld out of position, very thick section out of position is in that cases, and this kind of metal transfer is very important because this low background current is basically, and the with higher energy then the short circuit is basically is usable in this particular cases to handle the out of position and very thick section material, and this is there is a particular role of the background current to cool the material. So, that is why it is out of position, it is very much useful in this particular form. But finally, produces the higher average current and improve the sidewall fusion. But remember, it produces the finally the higher average current. So, higher average current is basically depending upon the what is the background current, what is the peak current. Based on that, we can see averaging value over the cycle period, we can find out some average current value, but it is finally produces the higher average current and improved sidewall fusion. So, basically sidewall fusion, if you want to control the metal transfer, all these things sidewall part, then this kind of mode of the metal transfer is very much suitable. But remember, this kind of metal transfer is basically it is different from the kind of true spray transfer. So, if you say the spray kind of the metal transfer, so we have already discussed this thing, that short circuit metal transfer, the spray transfer. So, this spray transfer is normally there is a application of the continuous current, and in this case there are different kind of the forces are there. So, we are not modulating the current in this particular case for the spray types of the metal transfer, but this pulse spray transfer is basically is different, because in this case the metal transfer is basically modulated and spray type of metal transfer modulated by modulating the pulse parameter. So, in this case the metal transfer is actually different from as compared to the true spray type the metal transfer in case of the continuous supply of the welding current. Now, we look into the cold metal transfer. This is one of the metal transfer mechanism we that is called the cold metal transfer CMT, which is cold metal transfer, is basically actually a part of the gas metal arc welding process, or we can say that it is the advanced level of the gas metal arc welding. So, definitely it works on the reduced current. So, that is why it is called the use the terminology the cold metal transfer. So, reduce welding current, and at the same time it is different from the GMAW in the sense that some retracting force is required at the short circuit condition. So, basically the metal transfer mechanism is normally associated with the more controlled way by using some kind of the digitally controlled mechanical system, such that is retracted back the torch welding torch, and then at this time this metal transfer normally happens in the short circuit mode also. But we will see how it is different from the gas metal arc welding process also. Now, it ensure a drop by drop deposit of the oil material, that we can it is a drop by drop deposit of the oil material, and this drop by drop transfer is basically is very high frequency control, that means the drop by drop transfer, but frequency can be very high also, and well control size and shape of the droplet in this case. So, first actually cold metal transfer was developed to handle the thin material or with the strict control of the oil parameters. So, basically strict control of the oil parameters means basically the droplet transfer is normally happens over a narrow range of the oil parameters. But now the advancement of the metal transfer is done in such a way that the welding of the dissimilar material, even very thicker material, along with the very good oil bead aesthetic parts are normally developed using this particular kind of the metal transfer. So, that means control by metal transfer in other way helps to bring some kind of the aesthetic part of the oil bead profile. So, that is why it is different from the, or we can say advanced level of the gas metal arc welding process, because here you can control the metal transfer. So, that is why it is one of the option for the development of the different printing technology using the this mechanism of the cold metal transfer. So, CMT process is not new, it is a developed by Fronius and in the year 2004, and this process is different from the gas metal arc welding process in terms of the mechanical droplet detaching method, because gas metal arc welding process the detachment of the molten material is happen depending upon the phenomena, depending upon the different kind of the driving forces. So, there is no need to control some apply kind of the mechanical motion to the torch, but in this case the some kind of the mechanical drop detaching method is normally used in case of the CMT method. So, that is why in that point of view the metal transfer is different here also as compared to the gas metal arc welding process. Difference of the CMT process cold metal transfer from the gas metal process by looking into the different points here. The main difference is the in terms of the wear feed. So, in terms of the wear feed, because in this cases gas metal arc welding process there is a continuous moving of the wear into the weld pool. So, there is a continuous forward motion of the wear. During the gas metal arc welding process we normally follow, but metal we normally use this particular mechanism in case of the gas metal arc welding process. But in CMT, at some point there is not continuous flow of the wire. In some point there is a wire is retracted back at the instant of the current flow, but at the particular point which the retracted back is basically in a controlled way, and the very magnitude is also very low, such that only purpose is to the retracted back such that it enhance the material transport to the workpiece material. So, once the retracted back is there, this basically in the instant of the current flow, it breaks the arc. So, once it breaks the arc, the metal droplet actually detaches from the filler wire or from the electrode and fuses with the steel molten with the base material. So, it is a this way the material is basically transferred in this particular process. Now, once it is done, metal transfer against the wire is moves forward to create the another arc. So, move forward to create the another arc, and all this phenomena normally happens several times in a one single second. So, basically depends on the frequency, with the high frequency it is possible to maintain this basically retracting back the molten wire such that droplet will be stick to the molten pool and basically transfer to the droplet to the molten pool, and again next again forward motion, given the forward motion to the wire, and such that after forward motion to the wire then arc is created. So, it is basically digitally control all these phenomena is there in associated with the CMT process. Now, CMT provides a control method of the material deposition by sophisticated wire feed system, very sophisticated wire feed system, because this is the main part of the CMT process, and all this normally happens, this basically metal transfer happen everything at a more relatively low temperature, or maybe you can say at very low thermal input. So, basically in effect it needs the basically high digitally controlled technology, high digital control technology for the mechanical detachment of the droplet. So, retracting back and forward motion to control in this particular process. So, that is why this is the advancement of the as compared to the GMAW process. Now, what are the main features of the CMT process? If you look into this thing, the main features of the CMT process is like that. Thus, definitely it is also associated with the short circuit metal transfer occurs, but this short circuit occurs at very low current, and at the same time it corresponds to the very low heat input. So, at very low current and it is a very low heat input, this short circuit normally happens in case of the CMT process, and short circuit is normally occurs at a very controlled manner. So, that is why digitally controlled system is required. So, such to that can be successfully transfer the droplet to the workpiece material. Now, during the metal transfer, definitely the current drops. We have already seen that the characteristics of the short circuit mode of metal transfer. So, basically during the metal transfer, the current drops to near 0. So, because it is a basically at the time of the metal transfer, and thereby any spatter generation is avoided in this particular process. When the metal transfer happens, the current drops to near 0, because it is a retracting back to this thing. So, break the arc at this point. So, therefore, current tends to becomes almost 0, near the 0, and therefore, once the metal transfer happens at a very low current or almost 0 current, it means that we can avoid the possibility of the spatter formation during this metal transfer in associated with this particular process. So, it is necessary to mention that even gas metal arc welding process, the spatter formation is one of the problem associated during the metal transfer also, but there are so many parameters influence actually this spatter formation, but it is a common problem associated with the gas metal arc welding process. But in CMT process, the metal transfer happens in such a way at a very low current or almost 0 current, that is why the spatter formation can be avoided in the particular process. So, that is why we are talking about this thing is a very controlled way metal transfer is possible in the CMT process, and that is why it is also very much suitable for the development of the metal printing technology. So, therefore, as soon as the metal transfer is completed, once the metal transfer is completed, the arc is reignite. So, reignite the arc is created because there is some gap at this point, and at the same time reignite, at the same time the wire is moved forward, because initially there is some backward retracted back to the particular position, the same amount the wire is some forward motion has given to the wire once again, and then reflow of the current starts, and there is again the droplet, creation of the droplet, and similarly on the droplet, then once we touches to the workpiece material, then wire is retracted back such that the droplet is transferred to the workpiece. So, this the repeatedly this process is normally followed, and this followed over a particular frequency in this cold metal transfer mechanism. So, that is why these are the typical features of the cold metal transfer, and which is different from the metal transfer as compared to the gas metal arc welding process. Now, in depth the CMT welding, looking into this thing, how the metal transfer is as a CMT welding processes. In CMT welding, the electrical signal cycle consists of the basically the 3 phases. First phase is that the peak current is very important. The peak current, in this case the constant arc voltage corresponding with the high pulse current. So, we definitely the CMT also normally use the pulse mode of current, but pulse is modulated different way to cater all this kind of metal transfer here. So, one peak current is followed, then in specific pulse, if we define one particular pulse, the peak current is followed, constant arc voltage with the high pulse current is followed. This actually helps to ignition of the welding arc. So, initially if we apply the very high pulse current, so high current is basically ignition of the welding arc becomes more easily, and the creation of the droplets will be more easily at the very high peak current. So, that is the one part, the peak current is normally followed, but it normally happens the constant arc voltage. Second part is the background current. So, background current is the very lower current level is followed in case of the background current in a particular pulse. So, in a particular pulse we can see that suppose this is the pulse current. So, this is the background current. So, this, for example, this is the current and this is the time. So, pulse, this is the background current, and this is this amount is the peak current. So, background current is low and peak current becomes normally high. This is the typical characteristic of the pulse associated with the CMT process. Now, background current, lower current level. So, how it works? If lower current levels prevents the globular transfer, because current level is low, it actually prevents the metal transfer in the form of the globular kind of the form, rather than it can create the particular size of the droplet depending upon the parameters chosen. So, therefore, it avoids the globular metal transfer if background current becomes low, and of little liquid droplet. So, basically with the application of the pulse current, when the droplet forms, then we can control in such a way that the droplet, but not sufficient time to grow in the bigger size of the droplet once a particular size droplet reaches, and that is basically accelerated by following the lower level of the background current. So, prevents the globular transfer of the liquid droplet and continues until the short circuiting occurs. So, background current happens, then until the short circuit occurs means that it is lower background current is followed until or unless short circuit means that when whatever droplet has been created with the application of the high peak current, that droplet will try to touch to the workpiece material. So, once it touches the workpiece material, then the short circuiting happens. So, therefore, until unless the short circuiting happens, it maintains the low background current. Now, once the short circuiting happens, in this cases once the short circuit happens, then we follow the detachment of the retracting back of the wire, such that this whatever size of the droplet it will transfer to the workpiece material. So, once the short circuit happens, then the arc voltage is almost, definitely we know that if there is a short circuit current, the arc voltage is very low. So, that means because there is no arc gap, is basically not necessary to maintain the arc or to maintain the arc gap. So, in that case the voltage becomes very low, and the short circuit happens, immediately the wire is retracting back, giving the back drawing forces such that the liquid fracture happens between electrode and the droplet, and the droplet becomes part of the molten pool. That means droplet transfer to the molten pool. So, it becomes transfer to the molten welding pool. So, these consist of the 3 different phases associated with the CMT process. Again, I am repeating this thing. First is the peak current is the one phase, then background current is the one phase, and what is the role of the background current also we can see, and then short circuit current is the another phase. So, apart from this metal transfer and the CMT and gas metal arc welding process, we can see the metal transfer in the submerged arc welding process, but submerged arc welding process, we know the submerged arc welding process, everything happens, this arc is over the slag or below the flux, the arc is created below the flux, this is covered with the flux, arc is created and this is the metal transfer from the droplet. But submerged arc welding process is mainly applicable when there is a need to join the very high thickness material. So, in that cases the submerged arc welding is the most suitable, but the development of the submerged arc welding in terms of the metal transfer is normally happens, but for example, in this case we can see that 2 wire tandem submerged arc welding process. So, 2 wire, so metal transfer happens from the 2 different wire. So, that there are 2 different wire where the metal transfer can be controlled independently. So, this kind of development is normally happens in case of the submerged arc welding process associated with the metal transfer. Now, here you can see that the 2 arcs and the electrode wires are independently controlled. We can see this tandem 2 wire tandem submerged arc welding process. So, AC power, maybe we can see one wire, the lead wire is can be in the DC power source and the trail wire can be the AC power source, such that metal transfer can be controlled and deposition. Normally, the metal deposition rate is very high in case of the this tandem submerged arc welding process. So, 2 arcs and the electrode wires are independently controlled is possible by 2 different kind of the power sources, which may be interfaced and may be interfaced in these cases also. But this very high, when there is a requirement of the very high deposition rate, then in that particular case we can follow this kind of the metal transfer mechanism. So, application in the shipbuilding, very big structure we want to make, and the pipelines infrastructure, in that cases we can use the metal transfer using the submerged arc welding process. But so far there is no use of this metal transfer mechanism associated with the submerged welding process for the development of any kind of the additive manufacturing process. So far that kind of development is not, because there is some instinct difficulties is always there in metal transfer and submerged welding process, or even this particular welding process, such that it is very difficult to make the automated system which can be applicable in case of the additive manufacturing process. So, that is why not much detailed explanation or information may not be required associated with the metal transfer in the submerged arc welding process. Even we can see that the metal transfer in submerged arc welding process, that there is a effects of the wave control trailing arc on penetration. So, basically we can see the what we can control the penetration also in arc welding process by simply changing this thing. So, positive current level, the current balance, positive current level, if it is the positive current level, that actually enhance the penetration, and this thing that this negative current level is basically control the deposition. So, negative current level basically control the deposition, and positive current level is basically enhance the penetration, depth of penetration it can enhance in this case. So, looking into these 2 aspects, maybe it is possible to modulate the metal transfer at the same time, or maybe to modulate the deposition in a controlled way. The deposition can be controlled, at the same time the penetration can also be controlled using this particular wavy nature of the power supply in this case. So, that is one, the power source can be designed in such a way to take this advantage of this particular positive current level and the negative current level. So, that actually control penetration and the bead width independently for the same heat input, it is possible to using the submerged arc welding process. Now, think we have discussed that what are the different kinds of the metal transfer and that associated with the gas metal arc welding process. Basically, we are talking about the mode of the metal transfer in the gas metal arc welding process, but apart from that we have discussed only on the CMT process, and we can see that how the CMT process is the advantageous in terms of the metal transfer mechanism as compared to the gas metal arc welding process. Even we have discussed about the submerged arc welding process and basically associated with the metal transfer, and what way even in submerged arc welding process there is a possibility to control to design the particular power source such that the metal transfer or deposition rate can also be controlled. So, these all are useful to understand the basic mechanism of the metal transfer associated with the arc welding processes, which process normally use the consumable electrode. So, thank you very much for your kind attention for this particular module, and now in next class we will try to discuss about the what are the different modeling approach or maybe sample calculation associated with the metal transfer in arc welding process. So, thank you very much.